Here with Coach Chad Leaphart at Swansea High School. Coach, we're certainly glad that you've allowed us to come and visit with you today. We're 2 weeks into the season. You're preparing for week 3 here now, as far as 3 games that you have been played and be under your belt. Started off the season with a good solid win. And then this last week, you looked to be positioned for another win, and it just didn't quite end up that way for you. Can you talk about the first 2 games of the season so far, Coach?
Sure. First game was against Wagner Sally, school right down the road from us, and kind of have a tradition of playing them. We got off to a good start. We won 48-0, and did a lot of things well that night as far as offensively and defensively. It was something that we was able to build on and start the season on, leading into the second week with Chapin. Chapin game, different story. It was a step up in level of competition, obviously, and but it was a battle, and we had our chances in that game. We were up 7-0 at halftime, and basically had 2 opportunities in the third quarter where we were inside their 20-yard line. And we threw an interception in the end zone one time, and then we fumbled on the 1-yard line the other. And had another opportunity in the fourth quarter early on where we were driving and was about to the 25-yard line and fumbled. And we didn't take advantage of those opportunities that we had. And of course, as the way things go, that came back and got us. And they stayed in the game, and credit to Chapin, they didn't give up and they kept battling. And they came back and had a drive at the end of the game. 7-6, made it 7-6. Went for 2. Our kids, though, stood up and stopped them on a 2-point conversion, so we were still in the lead. But they still had one more opportunity there in the fourth quarter, and they was able to get the ball down the field and kick a field goal with just about 15 seconds left to win it. And so it was a tough loss, but hopefully it's something that our kids can take a lot out of and learn from and be better for it later on.
Sure. Sometimes some of the most important coaching you do is what you say to your team after a heartbreaking loss like that. What did you talk to your team about after the game with Chapin this past week?
Well, the big thing we talked about was, taking care of those opportunities or taking advantage of those opportunities when they come across during the game, turnovers. We've been real fortunate all our preseason and our first game of the year of having very few turnovers, and so I guess this game turned out to be the one where we could preach that lesson, is taking care of football, and because certainly those 3 turnovers came at inopportune times and cost us maybe the chance to put points on the board and separate ourselves from them and kept them in the game. So that was the big thing that we focused on.
Sure.
as far as learning and taking from the Chapin game.
Right. For outsiders looking at your program here at Swansea, can you describe your offensive philosophy for them, and maybe your defensive philosophy on that side of the ball?
Sure, absolutely. On offense, we run spread offense, and just because we run spread offense doesn't mean we throw the ball every play. Like a lot of teams do these days, we spread people out and run the ball. Primarily, that's our main intention. But we will throw it when the numbers are right, and so we can mix it up. We pretty much been going with a little bit of 2 quarterback deal. First 2 games, we have a kid, Jordan Chavis, a great leader on our team, and he throws the ball really well, and we can do some nice things with him throwing it. And we also getting kind of a wildcat look, I guess you can say, like most everybody has these days, and put one of our better athletes, young kid there, Travis Lodeholt, and he gets in there, and we're going to try to run the football at people. So but our offensive philosophy is spread people out, run the football, take what people are going to give us, and that kind of thing. And it's been successful for us. It's something that got from Gary Smallin at Strom Thurmond when he was up there, and a lot of it is what he taught us when we were up there at Thurmond, and just carried it on. And defense side of the ball, now my defensive coordinator is Robert Breitenberry, and he's been head coach in this state for a long time at South Aiken and Bamberg, and he runs 4-3 defense and does a great job teaching those kids. We're not somebody that blitzes every play. He does a great job teaching these kids how to read and diagnose plays, and plays just good sound defense over there, hard-nosed defense. And So that's kind of our philosophy for both offense and defense there.
That's great. I heard you mention some names in there.
Right.
You know, as a head coach, you're not able to be out on the field during the game. You're obviously on the sidelines. You have a chance to communicate with your players and stuff from there. But on the field, who do you look to as to be a leader, kind of an extension for you as a head coach on the field? And who do you think your players look to as leaders out there, or who do you expect them to look to at this point?
Well, offensively, you know, our kids look to Jordan, the quarterback that I talked about earlier. And if Jordan's not a quarterback, he's a wide receiver for us. But Jordan Chavis is a kid that has, he made more workouts than anybody else this summer. Every time it was open, he was there, and then he went to camps on his own other than that. So that you want your quarterback to be that kind of kid, the one that, you know, does above and beyond what everybody else is doing, and that right there in itself causes other kids to look up to him. And he knows the offense now. He started for us last year at quarterback, so he's definitely a leader for us out there on the field. On my offensive line, which that's kind of a little team within itself, I'd say Brent Lucas is a guy that those guys look up to out there on the line for the line play. He's a senior. He started last year, and he does a good job there leading those kids. And defensively, Byron Johnson, our middle linebacker, he's just a junior, but he started last year for us at linebacker. Got a lot of experience, and you know, he's going to be usually our leading tackler, and he's somebody that, you know, he's got to captain that defense out there and get people in the right places. So he's definitely somebody that the other kids look up to out there on the field. Sure.
Coach, you go on the road this week to play Keenan. Then you'll be on the road again at AC Flora, and then on the road again at Gilbert. So you have 3 consecutive road games here before you come back here to home and you open up region play. What do you expect out of your team during that stretch, and how do you see the region unfolding this year at this point?
Well, we kind of divide this is the way we talk to our kids about things. We divide our season into 4 parts. And the first part is that preseason, our scrimmages and jamborees. And you know, basically what we're trying to do is each part of that season to get to be as best as we can be, you know, develop to our fullest potential at each stage. And you know, in this part of the season right here, which is our non-region schedule, the second part, you know, that's what we're trying to do is get better through this stretch of games so that when we hit that region opener with Silver Bluff, you know, we're as good as we can be. And that's all you can ask your kids for, and that's kind of how we do things and see things here. And you know, as far as the region goes, Silver Bluff's always the team to beat in our region, and you know, they're a powerhouse in 2A football, great tradition down there. So you know, we got them right off the bat. So we'll see where we stand real quick in the region with them. But I think definitely you can't take anything away from Wade Hampton. Had a strong team last year and do a lot of good things down there. So, but Silver Bluff is the team that we will measure ourselves with here when region football starts.
Sure. Coach, we look forward to coming and following your program throughout the year. Look forward to coming and covering some of your games. We appreciate you letting us stop by today and speak with you to learn a little bit more about your team, and best of luck to you on the season, Coach.
Thank you, and thanks for coming by and talking with us here, and appreciate all you do.
You bet.